Every single night, while the world sleeps, something sinister is happening inside the human body. Cells are breaking down. DNA is accumulating damage. Mitochondria, the tiny powerhouses that keep every organ alive, are slowly losing their charge. The body is aging. And the terrifying part, the pharmaceutical industry has known about the science to slow this process for decades. They just never had a reason to tell anyone. But a small group of scientists, tech billionaires, and underground biohackers has been quietly running experiments on themselves. The results are not just promising, they are rewriting everything medicine thought it knew about human aging. Biological clocks are being reversed. Organs are testing younger than the people they belong to. And the routine behind it all is no longer a secret. This is the story of the biohacking protocol that is making people age backwards, and the science that proves it actually works. The man who refused to age in 2021, a tech entrepreneur named Brian Johnson, sold his company for $800 million and did something no billionaire had ever done so publicly.
I think that, if we travel in time to, let's say, a few hundred years into the future, and they're looking back at our time and place, I think they might say two things about this moment. One is,
he turned his own body into a laboratory. Not metaphorically, literally. He assembled a team of more than 30 doctors and scientists, submitted to hundreds of medical tests every month, and began what he called Project Blueprint, a ruthlessly data-driven mission to reverse the biological age of every organ in his body. The plan was extreme by any measure. Johnson eats his last meal of the day at 11 in the morning. He takes over 100 carefully selected supplements daily. He never consumes alcohol. He sleeps in a controlled environment, always alone, with temperature, light, and sound meticulously managed. He subjects himself to full-body LED light exposure, continuous biometric tracking, and epigenetic age testing, the gold standard method of measuring how old cells actually are, not just how many years a person has been alive. The results stunned even his own medical team. Johnson's speed of aging dropped to 0.48, meaning for every calendar year that passes, his body biologically ages only half that amount. His heart now tests like that of a 37-year-old. His skin regeneration scores rival those of teenagers. His epigenetic markers, the chemical signals on DNA that control how genes switch on and off, place him years younger than his actual birth date. Johnson was not an anomaly. When journalist Nick Tucker followed a version of the same protocol for just 1 month.
Oh, that's a fun one. Do a kickflip backside tail slide on any ledge and shout out to Skate Mob.
His biological age dropped from 36 to 33. He lost 20 pounds of body fat. His triglycerides, dangerous blood fats linked to heart disease, fell by nearly 77%. His harmful LDL cholesterol dropped by 27%. In 30 days, without surgery, without any pharmaceutical intervention. The question the mainstream media refuses to ask out loud is this: if this kind of reversal is possible in 30 days, what has the industry been selling people for the past 50 years? What the science actually demands. Harvard professor and longevity researcher Dr. David Sinclair has spent decades studying why cells age, and more importantly, whether that process can be stopped. His findings point to one core mechanism: the degradation of epigenetic information. Over time, the chemical tags on DNA that tell cells how to function properly start to erode. Genes that should stay switched off get activated. Genes responsible for repair and regeneration go quiet. The body loses its biological instruction manual. The biohacking protocol that is producing measurable age reversal attacks this exact problem from multiple angles simultaneously. The first weapon is sleep. Not just any sleep, but deep, optimized, uninterrupted sleep measured in cycles rather than hours. When the body enters deep sleep, it activates the glymphatic system, a waste clearance network in the brain that flushes out toxic proteins linked to neurodegeneration. Biohackers use wearable technology like Aura rings and Whoop bands to track slow wave and REM sleep in real time. The data shows that people who consistently optimize sleep reduce their epigenetic age faster than almost any other single intervention. The second tool is time-restricted eating, specifically an 18-hour fast paired with a 6-hour feeding window. During extended fasting, the body activates autophagy, a cellular self-cleaning process where damaged proteins and dysfunctional mitochondria are broken down and recycled. Think of it as the body's internal maintenance crew, which only gets to work when food is absent. Johnson's daily diet during his eating window is built around lentils, dark leafy greens, berries, olive oil, nuts, and plant-based proteins. Every ingredient is chosen for its density of polyphenols, antioxidants, and mitochondrial fuel. The third pillar is movement, specifically Zone 2 cardio combined with resistance training. Zone 2 cardio, performed at a moderate sustainable intensity where a conversation is still possible, stimulates the production of new mitochondria in muscle cells. More mitochondria means more cellular energy, faster tissue repair, and a measurably younger metabolic profile. Resistance training, performed regularly, signals muscle cells to resist the sarcopenia, the age-related muscle loss that accelerates biological decline after the age of 35. Red light therapy has emerged as one of the most scientifically validated biohacking tools in the protocol. Exposure to specific wavelengths of red and near-infrared light penetrates deep into tissue, stimulating mitochondrial activity at the cellular level. Thousands of studies document its effects on reducing systemic inflammation, accelerating cellular repair, and improving circadian rhythm regulation. Top biohackers incorporate brief sessions of 3 to 10 minutes daily, consistently enough to drive mitochondrial nourishment without overwhelming the system. Earthing, the practice of making direct physical contact with the ground, whether barefoot on grass, soil, or sand, sounds almost absurdly simple next to gene therapy and AI-tracked biomarkers. Yet the research is real. The Earth carries a negative electrical charge. The human body accumulates positive charge through exposure to electromagnetic fields and chronic stress. Direct contact with the ground neutralizes this charge, reduces cortisol levels, decreases inflammatory markers in the blood, and has been shown in clinical studies to improve sleep quality and cardiovascular function. Ancient civilizations lived in constant contact with the earth. Modern humans, insulated by rubber, soled shoes, and indoor environments, have lost that connection entirely. NADH supplementation closes out the core biohacking stack. Nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide is a molecule that powers virtually every energy-producing reaction in the body. By age 50, NADH levels have typically dropped by roughly half compared to youth. Precursor compounds such as NMN and NR have been shown in clinical research to restore NADH levels, reactivate sirtuins, the longevity proteins that patrol DNA and repair damage, and measurably lengthen telomeres, the protective caps on chromosomes whose shortening is one of the primary hallmarks of biological aging. The protocol is not magic. It is not a supplement stack sold in a bottle. It is a disciplined, data-driven system built on the most rigorously studied interventions in longevity science. And the data is no longer preliminary. The FDA cleared the first human trial of epigenetic reprogramming therapy in early 2026. Sinclair's team at Harvard is running experiments using AI that compress what would have taken hundreds of thousands of years of research into a matter of months. The rejuvenation science that was once dismissed as fringe has moved decisively into the center of mainstream medicine. The powerful institutions that profit from chronic illness, repeat prescriptions, and a population that believes aging is inevitable have every reason to keep this conversation quiet. But the biohackers, the data, and the biological age tests that don't lie are making silence impossible. The body is not a fixed machine destined to break down. It is a dynamic, programmable system, and the code can be rewritten. The only question left is who gets to decide whether people are allowed to know that.